Looks like we got a 1/4 inch of ice on everything. It's absolutely lovely. So I'm getting really tired of this whole steering rod leak coming from the OC12. So what we're gonna do, I think I came up with a solution, but I'm gonna have to take the lid off the bucket again. So here, that's kind of a cool pattern. I have to get the snowcat started, get them in the garage, get everything warmed up so I can do this work. Should be a good time. So check it out. This is the Isuzu 4BD2T gasket kit, and it comes with a bunch of different parts, but the ones that I'm looking at are right here. These are bonded washers. They got a little rubber wiper seal on the inside of them, and I just test fitted it, and they just barely slide over the steering rod bolts. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in between the spring and the bucket on the inside of the bucket, and they will act as wiper seals to seal off that area from the oil getting out. So hopefully that'll work. Okay, so this makes more sense now. I figured out there was some seals in there, but this rubber part was so worn out that the steering rods were just resting on the metal part of the seal. So as you can see there's like some little, same style as the pinion seal basically. So now I have to order parts. One of the snowcat pages on Facebook, I got the part number. It's 471526. 471526. I'm going to order some of those, and then we'll continue this installation. Well guys, here we are 5 days later after the snowstorm. A lot of it's melted away, but it's still kind of hanging on. There's still a good pile on the street there. That really held up a bunch of the deliveries I had set up to fix this. So let's start with this. This is a 471526 National Oil Seal part number. These are the elusive seals that go on the steering rods of an OC12, apparently. Now I haven't test fitted them or tried them or anything like that, so I can't guarantee you that these are going to fit, but this is the information I got off the snowcat forums, and we're going to install them today. We're also going to be doing some testing on the cooling system, because for whatever reason we've got some bubbles that keep showing up in the coolant. So got our trusty old spill-free funnel here. I'll show you how to do some tests to see if you've got a head gasket or a head problem with your motor, which, fingers crossed, I hope it's not the case, but it's kind of looking that way. So let's get the oil seals put back in the OC12, because I don't ever want to see that leak ever again, because I'm tired of dealing with it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I can confirm, as some of the other snowcat guys were telling me, that there is enough room in there for to double stack those seals. So if you order 4 seals, you should be able to seal this stupid steering rod leak up just fine. And make sure when you're threading those seals on that you spin them. If you try to push them, it'll push the spring off of the seal, and then it probably won't work as good. But I did get those on there. Okay, I got all of this stuff adjusted back the way it was, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that I never have to deal with that again, because that was not fun trying to figure that out. On a side note, I forgot to mention that when I had the lid off the bucket here, I did an oil change on it to clean out all that dirty fluid that was in there. It's so much easier to fill it from the top before putting the lid back on, so I just did that. So hopefully we don't ever see those leaks again. What you're seeing right now is just a bunch of melted snow from the outing we did last week. So let's move on to the next dreaded, hopefully it's not dreaded, but let's see what information we can find about the whole head versus head gasket thing. So here's the setup we're going to use to test this out. First thing I did is I rinsed off all the old coolant from the radiator. So that's why you see all this water on the ground. But we're going to use the spill-free funnel with an extension. And what I've done is I've clamped off with some vice grips the heater hoses. So that will eliminate any chance of, air getting sucked in from them and messing up this test. But what we're going to do is we're going to start up the snowcat here, start the motor up, and I have to let it run at about 1200 to 1500 RPM until it warms up a bit, and then we'll see if we've got percolating bubbles in here or if that problem has disappeared since we eliminated the heater loop there. So we've been running for about 15 minutes now, and this was the outcome. See how it's continuously bubbling? It's just non-stop. It's not even at operating temperature yet, and it's just bubbling like crazy. Yeah, it's not even at 140 degrees coolant temperature. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the head, or the head gasket's blown, or the block is cracked.
How dare you! You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
Just non-stop. You'll never catch up. Look at that. Magically the bubbles stop when you turn the motor off. Now, you see this stuff that's floating around in the coolant? That looks like the rubberized coating that's on the head gasket. So around the coolant passages there's this rubberized coating, or bonded rubber, that's around the head gasket. So yeah, Rusty is done for the season. I'll be honest with you guys at this point. I am just tired of working on every little thing that comes up. And I know this was the shakedown season, and I'm fine with that, but I have the whole spring, summer, and fall to figure out what I want to do. But I want some input from you guys. Down in the comments section, if you had a situation like this, what would you do? One of the options I have is I can pull the head, see if the head gasket failed, and have another head gasket. And so if the head gasket failed, that's an easy fix. I can just take the head out again, redeck it, and then put it back on and run it. If the head's cracked, replacement heads, the updated replacement heads for these, because these are notorious for cracking in between the cylinders, the updated heads for these are about $700 to $800 shipped. And that's without a core, so you don't have to turn your old one in. And it comes with the valves and the springs and everything. It's basically like a brand new head. So that's option number 2. Option number 3 would be to look for an entire motor. So that can range anywhere from $500 all the way up to $4,000. So down in the comments section, I want to hear from you guys. What would you do if you were in this situation?
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Now, I'm not gonna sell the Snowcat. I don't have plans to sell the Snowcat. This is probably a lifelong relationship here with this Snowcat, since I put so much effort into it, and I'll probably never do something like this again in my lifetime. So selling is not an option, so I want to fix them, and the fixes to me are not expensive. It's just time consuming. So to pull the head off of this, I mean, it doesn't take that long to get the head off of this. You can basically just disconnect everything from the bottom side of the intake manifold and the bottom side of the turbo, and pull this off of the housing, or the thermostat housing there, along with the hose, and you can pull the head. I mean, there's a couple other accessories attached to it, but it's not that big of a job. It's just frustrating and time consuming. And I can do it while it's in the Cat. There's plenty of room to work in there. I did that purposely when I built the Cat. But let me know down in the comments section. Also, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I don't know what's coming up next on the channel. I think we got some maintenance to do on Abel. We're going to be doing the front hubs and the front brakes. I've got a hub seal leak on the driver's side front hub. I'll put 13 ounces in it, and then about 6,000 miles later it's down to 4 or 5 ounces. No damage has been done to the hub or anything like that, or the gears inside it, but it's just something that needs to be gone over, and it's one of the systems I haven't done yet. So stay tuned for that. Don't know when that's coming out. But other than that, guys, I think that's going to be it. I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.